Hello guys, and here we are with a review of the past, of chapter 4, where we're going to focus on simple past and past continuous, okay? Again, we're not going to focus on the form, on the structure. You can review that on pages 30 and 31 on your textbook. We're going to focus on the use, when to use it. When to use both structures. And let's go one by one. Simple past. Here's a simple definition that I found that summarizes everything very clearly. It is an action finished in a time finished. Obviously, if the time is finished, the action is finished too. So the important thing here is the time, okay? A time finished, okay? Here we have two representations visually that represent that idea, okay? For example, if this is time and this is now, okay, this is a moment that began and finished in the past, or a moment, a single moment in the past. Then, so obviously the time expressions that usually go along with this idea they are yesterday, ago, when I was a child, last weekend, etc. Okay. For example, it rained many days, but not now. She always arrived late to work. That was something always true in the past. So everything that was true for simple present, now it's true obviously in the past. Okay, like she always arrives late to work. But if that was a habit in the past, she always arrived late to work. Or I lived in London in the 90s. In the 90s. We are not in the 90s anymore. That was quick. Now let's focus on past continuous. Also a definition. It is quite similar. As you can see here, it's a moment in the past that is finished, but the only difference is that it emphasizes the process of an activity, okay, the process, what's going on. So that's why it's very useful to give a background. A background is a process, okay? You can also apply the same rules as in present continuous, but obviously in the past. So if we, in the present continuous, we use it to describe what's going on now, we use past continuous to describe a situation that was going on at a certain time. Also remember the rules in present continuous about not being able to use present continuous with certain verbs, stative verbs. Obviously, the same idea here. You can, the same thing, you couldn't say, I am knowing you very well. Obviously, you cannot say, I was knowing you very well. Okay, and here we have some examples. It was raining when I saw you. This is an example of a background. Okay, this is the background. It was raining, constantly raining. Then I saw you, a moment in time. Okay, the man in the picture was drinking. Same rules as in present continuous. We are describing just a situation in the past. That's it. Or I was living in London during the Olympics. The Olympic Games and the process around this moment. Temporary. Again, the same rules as in present continuous. It was a temporary situation in that moment in the past. So, we can put them together in the speech. We're going to focus a little bit more on that idea of background that I was explaining before. Because past continuous can give a background or description of a situation for simple past. For example, I was having a shower when the telephone rang. Okay, the background, I was having a shower, and the situation was that the phone rang. Be careful, because so far so good. This is what you already learned. But I suppose that the difficult part is that this is not mathematics. It is not, okay, we have here past continuous, then this is simple past. No. We can have more than one background and more than one action following one after the other. For example, I was having a shower, you were sitting on a sofa when the telephone rang and you had to run and picked it up. Okay, so you see we have two past continuous giving a background, and then consecutive actions in simple past. So it's very useful to know that we usually encounter these linking words when we mix both tenses. For example, the phone was ringing while I was cooking. And again, you see, it is not mathematic that if you have a past continuous, you necessarily need simple past here. No. We're talking about actions in progress. Okay, so that's what you have to think. It's not, ooh, then what can I do? How can I know? Very simple. Just focus on the idea of what is in progress. The progress of the phone ringing and the progress of me cooking. That's it. Okay, another example. And this time, yes, as you can see, we have both. I lost my necklace while I was dancing. Here, as you can see, yeah, we have past continuous with a simple past. Obviously, you cannot say this action cannot be in progress. It would be stupid to say, I was losing my necklace. How many times do you lose your necklace, or what is the process of losing your necklace? That's a moment, and this is the background. When I was listening to music, you knocked on my door. An example with when. This is the background. I was listening to music, and the moment you knocked on my door. An example with before. Before he fell, he was winning. Okay, in this case, a situation, and suddenly the action of falling breaks the situation. Okay, another example with after. After she found the ring, she got a reward. Again, you see, it's not mathematic that you need both tenses, in one in simple and one in continuous. Not necessarily. You have to focus just on one thing. What is the process? The action of finding is not a process. You find it and that's it. And then what happens next? You got a reward. Consecutive actions. That's it. And that's all, folks. See you in class. Bye.